It's Week 15 of the NFL, and everyone's eyes goes to Jahmyr Gibbs, who's in the midst of a great season, running for over 1,300 yards so far. It's the Tigers and the Mounties on Monday Night Prime Time.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They could fake it. They could say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And here we go from Toronto. Trey Tucker to return it. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. Leading them out, the 10th pick of the draft coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do your guys in the huddle want to play for you? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And that will not be enough for a first down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
One thing you can always trust about Carr is to give you a lot of games and a whole lot of numbers as a starter each and every season. He's just got a lightning-quick release. I love watching him throw a football, but he's not gotten a lot of chances at postseason moments. And time is not on his side.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a gain of 22, and they're going to have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. From the shotgun, Carr. That one's complete, right side. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action with Carr. Able to hit Ryman, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We have an injured player out there now, and it's DJ Moore who's being looked at after being shaken up. Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. Carr here from the gun. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopped on the play by big Chris Jones. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling.
And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Of all the ways the first points could go up on the board, a safety, well, it's one of the more rare and least likely, and we nearly saw it right there. What a great spot for the aggressiveness of that defense. And the QB, well, he nearly obliged them by dancing way too close to the goal line. We're still scoreless, but just barely.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line. They get 9 out of the run, but a chunk of yards remaining now on 4th down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Tigers and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And he's kept up the pace all season long, to the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Carr. Able to hit Palmer, complete. Rolling into enemy territory. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
The give here on second. Room to run inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
And he'll go down here at the 16.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he's going to be taken down after a long time back there. Coverage sack through and through. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. This will be a 44-yard look. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And they're on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Tucker now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Straight ahead with Williams. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll go down here at the 16. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 16. Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. McCarthy to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Bass's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Valus Jones now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Tigers and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. Carr off the play fake. He's throwing deep to the left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Third down run by Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
The Tigers getting their punt team out there. And this will be his second effort of the contest. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Still going past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 36. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Another run for Williams. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Reward that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run the toss for Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punch it away again. Jones out there to return it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On first down, it's Gibbs. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Amani Hooker with the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Gibbs. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Receiver in motion, going left. Carr throwing on third. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Able to get it to Moore. This is ahead for about 5. That tackle by Levi Wallace. All right, here we go. Second down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That's into the hands of Moore. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30, and it'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That's more on the quick slant. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. Here's a give to Gibbs. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Ontario.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Tigers get some late points and the lead. DJ Moore, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Mounties back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. They've got first down from the 31. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that gives them the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. He's contained at the line for no gain. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. McCarthy throwing here. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running for it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Bass's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
On the return, here's Jones. Now bottling up as he gets the return to the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Into the hands of Gibbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That tackled by Levi Wallace. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. He's gonna loft one deep to the left. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. Now he's going deep right. That's cut at the 25. So that brings us to halftime with the Tigers in the lead here in Toronto. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a strong first half from the veteran quarterback, Derek Carr. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Tigers and DJ Moore back in possession here. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Carr here from the gun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And Mounties take over on his 5th interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. That's complete. Here's Kirk. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 3rd and just 2 to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll give it to Williams on the option, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Bass's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a 3rd now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running him out for some PATs.
Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Crosses midfield, and he's still going. And a huge return sets up the offense on the opposite side of the field.
We know this is the ticket to the field for a whole lot of rookie special teams. It's something that teams every year look for in the draft. And with the new rules, well, maybe even that much more. These super athletes who can electrify on returns and turn the smallest lane into one of the biggest plays of the game.
Gibbs now from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Working out of the gun. It's Carr. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. This one from 47 yards away. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Tucker now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Mounties and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they take him down right along the 30. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They stay on the ground with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Now it's McCarthy. He's got a man left. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. Has them the touchdown. The Mounties now trail by just a point in the 4th. Kyron Williams the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And there's only one team satisfied with their spot in the playoffs right now, and that's the one currently at the top. A lot of time left for everybody else to jostle for better position, or simply for one of the 7 spots available. Palmer coming in motion left. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Punting unit out now. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The Mounties ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. He can run it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Now hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. On play action now, McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up second down. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Here's McCarthy to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done. That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense ready to get going again now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Up the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Running back sent in motion left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A handoff for Williams, running left. Past midfield to the 45. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Best run games in this league have balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Flush down out to his left. He's running with it. And they take him down right along the 30. Second and 3 now. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a first down. Working inside the red zone. Caught near the goal line. And in for the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Mounties make it a 10-point ball game. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out runs their offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Gets this one to Harrison. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, Carr. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll get it up to the 44. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Carr with it on first. He's got Harrison. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense in the hurry up here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Carr. Able to get it to Moore. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Carr now on 1st and 10. Taking a shot deep down the field to go. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. The Monty Hooker has it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Toronto. Mounties nearing their 9th win of the season. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. The Mounties sending out their punt team. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. First down, ball at the 36. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air, Carr. The rush gets home, and they stick him. Trying to set this up quick. Here he is to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The defense takes its third and final timeout. Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Bass's kick is good, and that pushes the lead up to 13. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Mounties are your winners as we say so long from Toronto.